A warm welcome. If you are watching this video, then you are 100% an old soul. The universe has brought you here. Have you ever felt different, like you are experiencing life in a deeper way? This feeling could indicate that you have lived many lives. Today we take you on a journey to explore this fascinating concept of the old soul and reincarnation. The idea of reincarnation is not new. It is a central teaching in many Eastern religions. Reincarnation describes the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Every life we led is another step in a long cycle that should ultimately lead us to spiritual enlightenment. Imagine that your life is a single drop of water that keeps returning to the sea, only to rise again and return. This is the cycle of reincarnation. In this video you will learn how old your soul really is. We will divide the cycle of reincarnation into 7 different phases and discuss each of them in detail. By the end of this video, you will not only know how old your soul is, but also what this realization means for your current life. This video aims to help you better understand your soul. It is no coincidence that you are here. The universe has led you here to bring clarity and realization. Spiritual awakening is a deep and meaningful experience, and we invite you to be open and ready to gain new insights. Get ready for a journey of self-discovery. Perhaps grab a cup of tea and make yourself comfortable, as what follows may be a little overwhelming. As we go through the 7 cycles of reincarnation, you will discover new aspects of yourself and understand why you have certain experiences in this life. These insights can help you to live a more conscious and fulfilling life. Let's start with the cycle. Birth marks the beginning of a new existence, a fresh start, a blank page in the book of your spiritual journey. But what does it really mean to be born? Birth is not only the physical entry into the world, but also the beginning of a new phase of your spiritual development. Every birth brings with it a new form of existence, and this form is significantly influenced by your karma. Karma, the universal law of cause and effect, determines the quality and circumstances of your new life. Your past actions and experiences shape the new chapter you are now beginning. Imagine you are an artist creating a masterpiece. Your previous strokes and colors, your past lives and actions, influence what the next painting will look like. An individual who is generous and compassionate in their previous life might be reborn in an environment that reflects love and caring. Conversely, someone who generated a lot of negativity in their last life might experience challenges and difficulties that provide an opportunity to balance that karma. Let's look at a concrete example. Suppose someone caused a lot of pain in a previous life through their actions. In this new life, that person may be reborn in an environment where they must learn to practice compassion and forgiveness. This environment offers the opportunity to heal the negative karma that has arisen and to grow spiritually. The spiritual significance of birth is profound. It is more than just a biological process. It is an opportunity to learn and grow on a new level. Every birth is a unique opportunity for development, a chance to understand yourself better and to see life's challenges as learning processes. Perhaps you have already had a déjà vu experience, that strange feeling of having experienced a situation before. Spiritually speaking, this could be an echo from a past life, a glimpse of past experiences echoing in your soul. These moments remind us that our current circumstances are deeply rooted in our past existences. Take a moment to reflect on your current life. What lessons could you learn here? What challenges are occurring and could be clues to unresolved issues from past lives? This reflection will help you to develop a deeper awareness of the spiritual significance of your birth. Be aware that every birth is a precious gift, a new opportunity to explore and understand the mystery of life. By recognizing the spiritual significance of your birth, you open yourself to the deeper lessons and experiences that this life holds for you. Let's continue this journey together to uncover the wisdom and mysteries of the reincarnation cycle. Next, we will look at the life stage of the reincarnation cycle, the time when we gain experience and accumulate karma. Life is the stage on which we act, learn, and grow. It is a time of continuous development, in which every decision and every action influences the direction of our future existences. The concept of karma is central to understanding our stage of life. Every action, be it positive or negative, leaves an imprint on our soul. This karma determines not only our current life, but also our future existences. Imagine that every decision you make is a stone thrown into a pond. The ripples it creates affect the entire surface of the water. In the same way, each of our actions affects our lives and our future reincarnations. Spiritual growth and development are essential goals in life. Through meditation, prayer, and other spiritual practices, we can nourish our soul and evolve. These practices help us to center ourselves and find our inner wisdom. Meditation, for example, can help us to listen to ourselves and gain clarity about our life goals. Prayer can connect us to a higher power and give us the strength to overcome challenges. Challenges and lessons are inevitable parts of life. But instead of seeing them as obstacles, we should see them as opportunities for growth. Every difficulty we face brings with it a valuable lesson. An example of this could be a recurring pattern in your relationships. Perhaps you keep attracting the same conflicts or challenges. These patterns are not random, but indicate unresolved karmic lessons that you are meant to learn in this lifetime. Relationships play a special role in our lives and are often deeply connected to our karma. Soulmates and twin flames are people with whom we have a special karmic connection. These relationships are not always easy, but they offer the greatest opportunities for spiritual growth. Imagine meeting someone with whom you immediately feel a deep connection. This connection could be from a past life where you learned important lessons together. Now I invite you to reflect on your own life. What patterns and lessons do you recognize? Which challenges keep coming back? This reflection is an important step towards self-awareness and releasing karmic entanglements. Mindfulness and conscious living are crucial to recognizing and integrating these lessons. By being present in the moment and consciously directing our actions and thoughts, we can advance our spiritual development. Be aware that life is a precious opportunity to learn and grow. Every experience, good or bad, contributes to the development of your soul. By living mindfully and reflectively, you can master the karmic lessons of this life and prepare yourself for future existences. Let's continue this journey of self-knowledge and discover the deeper meaning of our lives and actions. Open your heart and mind, for the discoveries that lie ahead are the key to a fulfilled and conscious life. Now we turn to a profound and often misunderstood topic: death, the end of a life cycle. Death is an unavoidable reality that marks the end of our current life. However, in the context of the reincarnation cycle, death is not the end, but merely a transition into a new state of being. Death has a deeper spiritual meaning that goes far beyond physical loss. It is the moment when our soul leaves the physical body and passes into another plane of existence. This transition is understood and interpreted differently by many traditions around the world. In some cultures, death is seen as a return to a spiritual home, in others as a necessary preparation for the next rebirth. When the soul leaves the physical body, it goes through a process of reflection and closure. Many report a phenomenon called a life movie, a kind of review of the past life in which important events and lessons play out in the mind's eye. This review allows the soul to reflect on the past life, evaluate it, and integrate the experiences gained. Death is also a moment of preparation for the next existence. The accumulated karma from the past life plays a decisive role in determining the circumstances of the next rebirth. Positive karma can lead to a more favorable birth, while negative karma can bring challenges and lessons to be overcome in the next existence. Different traditions have their own rituals and spiritual preparations to aid the transition of the soul. These rituals not only help the departed soul, but also offer comfort and peace to the bereaved. An example of this are the Buddhist rituals that include prayers and meditations to accompany the soul into the Bardo state, the intermediate state between death and rebirth. It is important to accept and understand death as a natural part of the reincarnation process. Death is not a final farewell, but a transition to a new beginning. This perspective can help to reduce the fear of death and see it as part of our spiritual journey. Reflect for a moment on the concept of death in your own life. What feelings and thoughts does this topic trigger in you? Accepting and understanding death as a natural part of our being can bring deep peace and enlightenment. Instead of fearing death, we can see it as an opportunity to continue our journey, to grow and evolve. By consciously preparing for the end of a life cycle, we can ensure that our soul is ready to begin the next phase of the reincarnation cycle. This preparation includes consciously living in accordance with our spiritual beliefs and collecting positive karma through our actions. Let's continue this journey of understanding and acceptance together. Death is not the end, but a transition, a bridge to a new existence. Open your heart and mind to recognize and appreciate the deeper meaning of this transition. Our journey of self-knowledge and spiritual development continues, from one life cycle to the next, always in search of greater wisdom and enlightenment. Now we delve into a fascinating and profound topic, the intermediate state, also known as the bardo, the phase between death and rebirth. In the reincarnation cycle, the bardo is an important stage in which the soul is prepared for the next existence. Let's explore together the meaning and experiences of this mystical state. In Buddhism, the intermediate state is called the bardo, a period that begins immediately after death and lasts until rebirth. The bardo is a phase of transition in which the soul is not bound to a physical body and prepares for the next incarnation. There are also comparable concepts in other spiritual traditions that describe this transition. The significance of the intermediate state for the soul is enormous. It is a time of reflection and integration in which the soul processes the past life and prepares for the next existence. During this phase, the soul can have various experiences that are strongly influenced by its karma. Positive deeds and good intentions can lead to pleasant and peaceful experiences in the bardo, while negative actions and unresolved conflicts can bring challenging experiences. In the bardo, souls may also meet spiritual guides and helpers to assist them on their journey. These spiritual guides are beings of great wisdom and compassion who accompany souls through the various levels of the intermediate state. They help the souls to reflect on the lessons of the past life and prepare for the challenges ahead. Prayers and rituals for the deceased play a crucial role during the intermediate state. They offer support and guidance to the soul and can help to ease the transition. In many cultures and religions, there are special ceremonies and prayers that serve to bless the souls and bring them peace. Preparation for rebirth is a central aspect of the intermediate state. During this phase, the soul evaluates its karmic record and draws lessons for the next existence. This is a time of self-reflection in which the soul analyzes its actions and decisions and understands the karmic consequences. This reflection helps the soul to prepare for the next phase of the reincarnation cycle. An example of the karmic influences in the bardo could be a soul that has done a lot of good in its last life. This soul might encounter a peaceful and supportive environment in the bardo that helps them integrate past life experiences and prepare for a positive rebirth. Conversely, a soul with many unresolved conflicts and negative actions might have challenging experiences that help them learn the necessary lessons and balance their karma. The importance of reflection and integration in the in-between state cannot be overemphasized. It is a time when the soul fully internalizes the lessons of the past life and integrates the learnings from it. This integration is crucial for spiritual development and preparation for the next incarnation. I invite you to reflect on the concept of the in-between state and the importance of this phase for your own spiritual journey. What lessons have you learned in your life, and how might they influence your future existences? By making this reflection conscious, you can better prepare yourself for your spiritual development and life's challenges. Let's continue this journey of self-knowledge and spiritual development together. The bardo is a fascinating and important part of the reincarnation cycle, and understanding this phase can help you to live your life more consciously and mindfully. Open your heart and mind to the deep insights this mystical state has to offer and prepare yourself to integrate the lessons and experiences that will enrich your spiritual journey. Now we turn to the fascinating topic of rebirth, the entry into a new existence. Rebirth is the process in which the soul enters a new life form after leaving the intermediate state. This transition is a crucial moment in the reincarnation cycle and is strongly influenced by karmic influences from previous lives. The importance of rebirth lies in the opportunity it offers the soul to evolve and gain new experiences. Every rebirth is an opportunity to learn lessons that may have remained incomplete in the previous life. Accumulated karmic actions play a central role in this. Positive karma can lead to birth in favorable and supportive circumstances, while negative karma can bring challenges and difficulties. There are different forms of rebirth depending on the accumulated karma and the spiritual needs of the soul. These forms of life can include both higher and lower forms of existence. An example of a higher form of existence would be rebirth as a human being with a strong spiritual orientation who has the opportunity to develop deep wisdom and compassion. A lower form of existence, on the other hand, could be life as an animal learning basic survival lessons. Karmic balance plays a crucial role in determining the form and quality of rebirth. Every action we take in our lives leaves an imprint on our soul. Positive karmic actions, such as compassion, generosity, and love, lead to favorable rebirths. Negative actions, such as hatred, greed, and violence, can lead to challenging existences that serve to balance negative karma. Indicators of the age of the soul can give us clues as to how many lives we have lived and what stage of spiritual development we are at. Some of these indicators are synchronicities and recurring patterns in life. For example, the meeting of a twin flame or the repeated appearance of certain number sequences such as 11, 11, or 333 could be indicators of an advanced soul age. To categorize the viewer's soul on a scale of 2 to 2000 lives, we divide the soul ages into 5 levels. These stages represent the soul's spiritual development and accumulated experiences. A young soul might be in the first cycles of life, curious and inexperienced, while an old soul can access higher wisdom and deeper spiritual insights. So how can you place your own soul on this scale? Start by reflecting on your life experiences. Do you feel that you have deep, inexplicable wisdom? Do you often experience synchronicities or meet people with whom you immediately feel a deep connection? These experiences may be clues that you are an old soul. By connecting with your inner self and listening to your intuition, you can develop a sense of how many lives you have been through. Let's continue this journey of rebirth and spiritual development together. Each rebirth is a new opportunity to learn, grow, and master our karmic lessons. Open your heart and mind to the deeper insights this new existence has to offer and prepare to integrate the lessons and experiences that will enrich your spiritual journey. Reflect on your own life and the patterns that repeat themselves. Use this reflection to gain a deeper understanding of your spiritual journey and your soul age. The insights you gain can help you to live a more conscious and fulfilling life as you prepare for your soul's ongoing journey in the reincarnation cycle. Now we approach one of the most profound and rewarding topics of our journey, self-realization, the path to enlightenment. Self-realization is the recognition and understanding of our true self, beyond all illusions and deceptions. It is the culmination of the spiritual journey where we attain deeper wisdom and spiritual knowledge. The importance of self-realization cannot be overestimated. It is the moment when we overcome the illusions of the ego and realize our true divine nature. This realization leads to a state of inner peace and bliss that fundamentally changes our lives. Self-realization means answering the deepest questions of our existence and reaching the highest form of spiritual wisdom. There are various processes and practices that can support us on the path to self-realization. Meditation is one of the most powerful methods to look within ourselves and discover the true nature of our being. Mindfulness, the conscious experience of the present moment, helps us to observe and understand our thoughts and emotions without identifying with them. Other spiritual practices such as yoga, prayer and contemplation can also be valuable tools on this journey. The importance of teacher-disciple relationships and spiritual guidance cannot be underestimated. A wise teacher can help us recognize and overcome the obstacles on our path. They can inspire, encourage, and guide us on our path to enlightenment. A teacher often acts as a mirror, helping us to see our true self more clearly. However, the path to self-realization is not without its challenges. There are many obstacles that we may encounter on our path. These obstacles are often deep-rooted beliefs, fears, and doubts that prevent us from recognizing our true self. A typical example of such a challenge is identification with the ego, the belief that we are our thoughts, emotions, and external circumstances. This illusion can be overcome by learning to observe our ego and understanding that it is not our true self. Signs and indicators of self-realization are often subtle but powerful. One clear sign is the inner peace we feel, regardless of external circumstances. This peace is accompanied by a deep sense of bliss and an unshakable spiritual insight. Other indicators can be a sense of oneness with all life, a deep love and compassion for all beings, and a clear intuitive insight. Now I invite you to reflect on your own spiritual path. What practices and experiences have helped you to come closer to your true self? What obstacles have you overcome on your path, and what challenges do you still face? This reflection is an important part of self-realization and will help you to continue your spiritual journey in a more conscious and purposeful way. It is important to continuously work on our spiritual practice and to constantly develop ourselves further. The journey to self-realization is an ongoing process that constantly brings us new insights and experiences. By surrendering to this process and remaining open to new insights, we can develop our full spiritual potential and lead a fulfilled, enlightened life. Let's continue this journey of self-realization together. Open your heart and mind to the deep wisdom and insights that await you. Be ready to overcome the obstacles and accept the challenges you encounter along the way. The rewards are immeasurable: inner peace, bliss, and the highest form of spiritual insight. Your journey to enlightenment begins now, and I look forward to accompanying you on this wonderful path. We are now approaching the culmination of our spiritual journey, enlightenment, the end of the reincarnation cycle. Enlightenment, also known as moksha in Hinduism and Jainism or nirvana in Buddhism, is the state of highest spiritual attainment and liberation from the chains of worldly existence. The significance of enlightenment lies in the fact that it marks the final end of the reincarnation cycle. In this state, the soul is freed from all karmic bonds and has reached the highest consciousness and ultimate truth. Moksha and nirvana represent the merging of the individual soul with the divine, a return to a state of pure, eternal bliss and oneness. The state of enlightenment is characterized by incomparable bliss and peace. It means complete unity with the divine and liberation from all worldly illusions and suffering. Spiritual masters such as Buddha, Mahavira, and Sri Ramana Maharshi have attained this state and serve as shining examples of the possibility of this supreme spiritual attainment. Their lives and teachings inspire us to seek our own path to enlightenment. The process of enlightenment involves various steps and practices. Essential elements of this path are detachment, compassion, and wisdom. Detachment means freeing oneself from material attachments and selfish desires. Compassion requires developing a deep love and understanding for other living beings. Wisdom comes through recognizing the true nature of reality and overcoming ignorance and illusion. The path to enlightenment is not an easy one, but there are various practices that can support us on this path. Meditation, mindfulness, and yoga are powerful methods to purify our mind and uplift our soul. Spiritual discipline and devotion are also crucial to overcoming the obstacles on our path and reaching our spiritual goal. The effects of enlightenment on the soul are profound. Enlightenment means complete liberation from the constraints of the karmic cycle and the attainment of the highest state of being. An enlightened soul no longer returns to the cycle of birth and death, but remains in a state of eternal bliss and peace. This liberation is the ultimate goal of the spiritual journey and the highest attainment a soul can achieve. In the larger spiritual context, enlightenment has a central role. It symbolizes the end of all worldly suffering and the completion of the spiritual journey. Enlightened beings are role models and teachers for us, showing us that this highest state is attainable and that we all have the potential to realize it. Finally, I invite you to reflect on your own spiritual path and the possibility of enlightenment. What steps and practices can you integrate into your daily life to approach this state of liberation and oneness? The journey to enlightenment requires patience, dedication, and unwavering faith, but the rewards are immeasurable. In conclusion, I encourage you to continue your spiritual practice. Every step you take on this path brings you closer to your highest self and ultimate liberation. Open your heart and mind to the deep wisdom and insights that await you. The journey to enlightenment is the greatest and most rewarding journey a soul can undertake. We have reached the end of our journey through the 7 cycles of reincarnation. Let's summarize the most important points once again. Each stage, from birth to enlightenment, plays a crucial role in the spiritual development and growth of the soul. We started with birth, the beginning of every life and the new opportunity for spiritual growth. This was followed by life, in which we gain experience and accumulate karma. Death *** marks the end of a life cycle and the transition to the intermediate state or bardo, a phase of reflection and preparation for rebirth. Rebirth *** is the entry into a new existence, influenced by our karma. Self-realization ** leads us to the realization of our true self, and eventually we reach enlightenment, the state of supreme bliss and oneness with the divine, which marks the end of the reincarnation cycle. During this journey, we have also learned how to age the soul by paying attention to synchronicities and spiritual signs. This classification helps you to better understand your spiritual development and to consciously shape your path. I would like to encourage you to continue your spiritual journey. The journey of self-discovery and spiritual practice is invaluable. Be patient and open to new experiences and realizations. Remember that spiritual growth and enlightenment are continuous processes that require time and dedication. Finally, I would like to leave you with a few thoughts and wishes. May you always find moments of inner peace and bliss on your path to enlightenment. May you have the patience and wisdom to see life's challenges as opportunities for growth. And may you always be open to the deep insights that the universe offers you. I invite you to share your thoughts and experiences. Your perspectives and stories can also help others on their spiritual journey. Feel free to leave a comment and share this video with others who are searching for spiritual wisdom. If you need more resources and support for your spiritual journey, don't hesitate to seek them out. There are many books, teachers, and communities that can guide you on your path. Finally, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your time and attention. Your willingness to embark on this journey is the first step on a wonderful and fulfilling path. I wish you all the best and a blessed journey on your path to enlightenment. May your spiritual growth always be accompanied by light and love. I bid you a fond farewell and hope to see you again soon. Until then, all the best and stay blessed.